White Rook 85 with Mrs. White Rook and Syntax 77. Heading to the Delaware State Chapter, National Wild Turkey Federation 30th Anniversary Heritage Banquet. And we're going to take you along. We're going to give you a look at what goes on. Have some auctions, live auction, silent auction, some drawings. They have 18 firearms that they'll be giving away tonight, and we shall take you along to show you what goes on in one of these fundraising events. And it helps Habitat, gets new hunters involved with the sport, and just a good time. So I figured I'd take you along and let you know what happens. I cut back to the house here for a couple minutes. I appreciate my wife and Syntax 77 going with me to the Heritage Banquet last week. Had a great time here, and on the table you see some of the things that I actually won a couple things as a raffle. A nice cooler over there, won that in a silent auction. Just the highest bidder on that wanted a nice cooler for up at the cabin, so that's where that is going. But we had a great time over there at the banquet. It's not necessary to actually go to one of these banquets if you're a member of the NWTF. It's just something that I decided to do a few years ago. That was the third one that I've gone to, hunting turkeys for 3 years. So it's just something that I decided to do as I got into the turkey hunting after kind of retired, and deer hunting was great. I got to go as much as I want, but needed a little bit something else to do in the spring. Our junior approached me about going turkey hunting. He's lived in different parts of the U.S. He's had the opportunity to hunt out in Nebraska a lot for turkeys, and has certainly enjoyed it. So he got me into the sport, and I've been having a great time since. Harvest birds for the past 3 years. Some really great birds down on the farm. They're doing a little bit of work down there now, clearing out some of the trees, actually the people that own the property. And I might do a little bit for this year as far as messing some nesting and some bird patterning up, just because they're going to take out some trees to clear the land, to thin it a little bit, to let some of those trees grow up. But it's actually going to help the underbrush and growth come up, so it's going to actually help turkey and deer in the long run. So this year may be a little bit iffy, but I'm sure I'll find a spot to go. Not a bad office chair.
Yeah, that thing's serious.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
So work with that.
Got a nice fire pit.
Oh, it's got
the logo on there, yeah. Same thing with this.
Oh, I saw that on that pamphlet you sent. I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. That's a definite big fire pit there, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you did. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it for the...
Out back?
Out back, yeah.
Seeking deer.
Oh, where's it at? Maryland?
State?
Yeah, it's Maryland.
Oh, okay.
The state, because last year he got shot by the guy that wanted to auction.
What happened?
Oh.
Oh, they're steers. Oh, they're actually...
I like this to the knives, the knife collection.
Yeah.
It's a nice little something to put up on the wall. Well, we got some dinner, and got a couple of these nice things over here on the table. This nice knife. They had a lot of additional chances you could buy in some firearms, and got this knife over here. Both of them say NWTF on it, and might as well put the hat on, but this was part of going to the banquet. But I just wanted to talk about that. I know I mentioned it in the fire pit chat a couple weeks ago about joining an organization, but I just really kind of wanted to hit on that point again. And NWTF, founded in 1973, with approximately 1.5 million turkeys left in North America, and through their dedicated work, now there's almost 7 million. So you can see quite an increase in that. You say, well, that's national, that really doesn't have anything to do with me. But really, I kind of want to hit on a couple of points for my state, for Delaware. Very small state, but wild turkeys were once abundant throughout the area, of course way back, but really in the early 80s, if there was any left, there was like a few, and that's it. Through NWTF, Delaware Division of Fish and Wildlife, and local volunteers, to get the population to about 6,500 birds. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but since the size of the state, it's actually quite a bit, and we're seeing quite a bit in lower Delaware at this point. Northern Delaware is a little bit more industrial, a lot more bedroom communities, so there's not quite as much up there. But the southern state, where there's still a lot of farms and forests, there's quite a bit of turkeys roaming around the woods now. This turkey stocking efforts started in '84 with the initial release of 34 birds from Pennsylvania, Vermont, and New Jersey, and since then some have been brought in from South Carolina, Virginia, and New York, and also relocating some birds within the state. Cost with that about $500 a bird. Quite a bit for one bird, and so that's quite an investment. But you can see what it's done for turkey hunting in Delaware. And since '85, the Delaware chapter have raised and spent approximately $250,000 on wildlife related projects, including restoration, hunter enhancement, and hunter safety program. One thing about Delaware, you cannot turkey hunt unless you go through, I think it's about, if I remember, a 4 hour class, turkey hunting and safety class. And so far, the record in Delaware has been no accidents turkey hunting. Those funds at $500 bird are normally raised through the fundraising, banquets, and etc. Community events as I went to, and my wife and Syntex went along with me. But in Delaware, again, you're kind of worried about like what's it going to do for me, but save the habitat, save the hunt. Delaware goals. They're going to conserve and enhance 11,000 acres of wildlife habitat over the next decade. Work to not lose the number of hunters in Delaware, and that's one of the things in Delaware, since there's not a lot of public land. Most of the areas that you hunt on, you do it through a lease, and if you don't have the lease, you don't know anyone, you kind of lose some hunters that way. So they're trying to get more public land so we can keep the amount of hunters that we have in the state, and open 1,000 more acres for hunting within the next decade. That's some of the things they're trying to do locally, and I'm sure if you looked up in your state what they're trying to do, to have a similar record with that. I went through the evening. They had, again, some auctions, silent auction, where you basically write down the amount that you want to bid, and you hopefully that you've won it, so you don't have to kind of go against somebody in a verbal thing. Actually had the regular verbal bidding. There's some nice items, some pictures, all kinds of really good things, a knife set, etc.
75, 150, anybody else here going to have it 75? Here going to have it 75. We all done. 150, 175. Sold away 150 the price. Put it on bar number 29, bar 29.
After that, they go through a raffle. You get some tickets when you purchased your package to go to the banquet.
As soon as your number's called, raise your hand and it will be hand delivered to you. You don't have to get up and run to get it. It'll be coming out the door back here at the engine room. So Fred and Chuck, you guys ready?
And some of the things I won, like these couple of these flashlights, the shooting glasses. Down here, a package of clay pigeons. Down a little bit farther, a nice cooler. So those some of the things that I won through the raffle, going through there. Again, had a great time, and it's important to support something that you like. As we take a look around the cooler for a minute, which is shaped like a giant beer can, has wheels and a nice little handle to move around the cabin. The Save the Habitat, Save the Hunt is a 10-year initiative to conserve and enhance 4 million acres of critical upland habitat. Also create 1.5 million new hunters. In doing that, they will secure the future of the North American model of wildlife conservation by increasing the number of hunters who pay 80% of the wildlife conservation through excise taxes on guns, ammunition, and other equipment. So in closing, I just want to have you think about maybe joining something, joining an organization, something that you're kind of into. And I'm just going to rattle off a couple here, but there's plenty to join. I'm going to have a list in the notes section that if you want some links, I'm going to put them in there for you. But some of those like Ducks Unlimited, Boone and Crockett Club, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Pheasants Forever, Delta Waterfowl Foundation, Whitetails Unlimited, Ruffed Grouse Society, Quail Unlimited, and the Mule Deer Foundation. So all great groups to join. About anywhere from $35 to $35 or so, you'll get your membership for the year. Certainly good money spent, makes you feel good about the animal that you want to pursue, or just have an involvement in the organization itself. So this is White Rook 85 signing out off the Delmarva Peninsula today. Everybody have a good one.
Cut.
Cut.